Hi everyone, so I'm going to go ahead and then talk about the Arise Mini Call Center, but if you should start an Arise Virtual Mini Call Center, or if you want to stay as being a contractor, or maybe just even go into a full-blown call center. But we're going to talk about the pros and cons of the Arise Virtual Call Center of go ahead and then partnering with them to become your own IBO, which is a independent business owner, to start your own independent company that is partnered with Arise. I keep on wanting to say it's partnered with Arise. You're not completely separate. Okay, so my name is Sakina. I am a holistic business coach. I believe in helping men and women grow and start successful businesses, passion businesses, businesses that they always wish that they could start and they just need a little bit of help doing it. So my job is to make sure that I successfully help other people do those things. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the pros of starting or partnering with Arise to do a virtual mini call center. And one of the pros is that you're independent and independent to a point. Okay. So you do have some independence on what you do and then how you market out your business, a little things like that. But you do have the independence as long as you are hiring other people to work for you and you're not on the phones yourself. And if you have a virtual mini call center and you're starting your own, the purpose of it is for you not to be on the phones. The purpose is for you to have other people work for you. And that's the most important thing with that one, is to have people that are working underneath you. You have the luxury of being able to travel. Once again, this as long as you're not on the phones. You can travel. While I was doing my Arise business, and I'm still doing it, I've been doing it for almost 10 years now. It's not my main business anymore. I've grown into some other businesses like the full-blown call center, medical billing and coding, and then coaching. But you can travel. I was able to travel to Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Turkey, and now I'm actually in Mexico. So you are able to do a lot of traveling with that one as long as you're not on the phones, because your agents are the ones on the phone. So you can do payroll, supervising, making sure people are on the phones, hiring process anywhere in the world as long as you have it organized. You get to learn how to hire people. And this is an important thing. You get to learn what people want, how to interview people, how to bring them in, how to have information sessions, how to do paperwork. Another thing is you get to learn how to market to contractors, not to clients, but how to market to contractors. And you need to learn how to market to contractors and get the right people through their door before you even start a full-blown call center anyway. So it's going to improve the skills that you need to be successful, not just successful in a full-blown call center, but any business that you have. Most of the time you're going to need to hire, if you want to grow, hire employees or contractors, and how to get them through the door and how to go ahead and then market those, and then how to feel comfortable with you doing those. You don't have to get software. So normally with a full-blown call center, you have to get the software. It's software you have to research, figure out which one's best, how much does it cost, what features do they have, and then pay for that software. This way you don't have to do it. Arise has already done that trouble for you. When people have our full-blown call center, of course, we've already done that research for them. But normally when you start a full-blown call center, it's something that you have to do, but you still have to pay even with a full-blown call center with us. So you don't have to get the software, which is great because it's saving you money when you're going ahead and you're starting your own business. The other thing that you don't get to do is, with the pros, is you don't have to get clients. This is the biggest pro. Really, this is the biggest pro out of all of them. I mean, other than the software too. But you don't have to get and search out and find your own clients. Arise has already found the clients for you. They found some Fortune 500 companies for you. They found all these companies for you already. So you don't have to do it. It's kind of like a plug and play thing. You get the agents, you enroll, and then you manage them and make sure that they're in there and they're doing what they're supposed to do. Now, we're going to go ahead and go into the cons, but before I go into the cons, and I have my notes here too to make sure I don't forget anything for you guys, but before we go into the cons, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, because then I know to give you more videos like this of what pros and cons of what businesses and what you might like and what other businesses that we have and how those might benefit you and how to start them, and applicant tracking systems, CRMs, web hosting, all those things. We're going to give you that information. So if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to be able to know all the videos that we're going to do, the ones that I'm uploading, and then have them when they come in, please go ahead and subscribe, because I'm going to give out information at least once a week. My plan is to do it twice a week, but I do run 3 businesses, so it's a little bit harder. But my plan is to do twice a week, but I promise to do at least once a week to go ahead and then give you some information about business, whether what softwares to use, what hosting to use, what businesses are best, which ones have best side hustles, which ones are best online businesses. I've only been doing online businesses for the last 10 years. So we're not new to this because of COVID. We're not like, oh, let's hustle and then figure out what we're going to do online. I've been doing online for over 10 years. I've been able to travel. I've been able to do all these things. And I'm excited to go ahead and then share that information with you. So please subscribe. I'm happy to give you guys the information. So let's go ahead and then go into the cons of why you probably should not go with a rise, or just to be knowledgeable, because the cons did not stop me from doing a rise, because the benefits outweighed the cons. So you have to start your own LLC or incorporation. This can be a positive thing if you already want to start an LLC or incorporate your business. And it works if you want to go into a full-blown call center. It works for a few things depending on what your business name is. But the con, what I have for that one, is because you have to pay money for this. Depending on your state, depends on how much money you have to pay the Secretary of State to incorporate your business. So that I'm only going to consider a con because of the money that you have to pay. I think it's positive if you know what you're doing with your business and you know where you're going to take it to the next step. Another con is that you have to pay taxes on your business, not just individual taxes. Now you have to pay businesses with your business. And this is why you want to make sure that you have employees or contractors working for you and they're on the phones themselves. You have to pay them. You have to pay them on time. If you don't pay them on time, they will go ahead and quit. You don't want people quitting, because then you lose money. You have to learn how to supervise people. If you're not good at supervising people, you're going to have to become good at supervising people really quickly to figure out what they're doing, if they're in class. And when I say supervising, sometimes you have to be like the hover mother that's like the helicopter mom that's over them all the time, because you want to make sure they're ready for class, they're in their classes, they're taking their classes, they're taking their tests, they're participating, they're finishing, then they're posting for hours, they're working their hours, and they're working it when they're supposed to. That's why they have a quiet work environment, they have their computer, they have their internet, they have their phones. That's what I'm talking about. You kind of have to play that helicopter hover mom to make sure that they're just doing everything that you're supposed to do. So if you don't like that, then this is probably not the one to do. But if you shouldn't have any contractors or supervisors if you're not ready to go ahead and then supervise people to make sure that they're doing what they're doing, because this is your job. I mean, this is your business. You have to remember, this is your business. So anybody that's underneath you for any business that you have, you want to make sure that they are representing you correctly. And the same thing that goes with your agents that are on the phones. You want to make sure that they are representing you correctly. You have no control over the hours. So, and I think this was a hard one for a lot of people too. And it was a little bit hard for me. I was like, with the hours, so I had some people that I loved as agents. I thought they were doing an excellent job, but they just picked the wrong client where they were only able to get 10 hours or 15 hours or 20 hours. And for most people, that's not going to pay your bills. For you to be able to pay your rent, put food in your mouth, clothes on your back, feed your kids, whatever it is. It's not enough money to keep your utilities on if you're only working 10 or 15 hours a week. Arise makes that decision of how many hours people are going to work per week, and it depends on the client that they're on. Depends on how many hours they're going to work per week. So we have the mouse, we have taxes, we have long distance company, cable companies, all of them have different hours. And it just depends. Oh, I'm sorry. And with a pro, because I'm going to go back to the pro real quick. A pro with that is that they're able to pick their own hours within the time that is allotted to them. The con on the other side is that sometimes it's not the hours that they want. It's not the hours that they can use. Another con is you have no control over the clients that your contractor sees. So they're going to see the cable company, the mouse company, the tax company, the cruise company. They're going to see all of them. You have no control over which ones that they pick, because then they're not a contractor anymore. Now they just hit the employee status if you dictate to them too much of what they can do. As a full-blown call center, you can kind of dictate what they do, because you don't have to let them know about certain clients. It's not available. Period. This is the one that's available. You're going to pick it or you don't pick it, and you can still keep them as a contractor. With Arise, they see the whole list of every client that's available. You have no choice. You have to see it. They have to see it. Then you have to decide what you're going to do from there. The fact that they have to pay. Right now, it's the beginning of the year, so there's a tax client that's out there that they're not charging anything for. But normally they're going to go ahead and charge something for the course, either it being $5 or it being $200. They're going to charge for the course. And a lot of people don't like to pay for things. They think it's a scam if they have to pay for it. So you have to get over that hurdle of that particular con. The other con is that they don't get paid for training. The training is anywhere between 2 to 4 hours per day, 5 days a week. And for 2 to 4 weeks normally. They will not get paid. They do get to pick a certain time that they want to go ahead and work within the training hours, but they're not going to get paid for that time until they actually get on the phones and they start servicing people. So you have to overcome that. So that is a con that you have to overcome. And then my last con is that you have to go through Arise to get certain things done. So if there's a pay issue, if there's a tech issue, if your agent is having some problems and they need you to talk to Arise, Arise is not going to talk too much to your agent about what's going on behind the scenes. It's your job as the independent business owner to go ahead and then tell them what they need. So you have to then put in a ticket or talk to partner support, get the answer, and then relay it back to them. Sometimes you can get an answer that day. Sometimes it takes a week or two to get an answer. And it's difficult when you have a pay issue and you can't give your agent the answer for 1 to 2 weeks of why their pay is messed up or correct. So that makes it a little bit difficult. You have to use some strategic talking of figuring out exactly what to say to them. I am just tongue-tied today. It's been a long day. I've had a lot of meetings, a lot of coaching calls. I'm just tongue-tied. But you have to go through Arise to go ahead and get an answer. That can be difficult because the contractor is going to look at you like, well, you're the business owner. Why don't you know the answer? With a full-blown call center, yes, you're going to know the answer. You're going to know the answer within a few minutes normally. If you're at the computer, you have the answer. But it still works. So would I suggest Arise for people to do an independent business owner? I'm going to say yes if you want to get your toes wet. If you want to figure out if having a call center is right for you, if you don't know, if you don't want to get clients yet, you're scared to get clients, you're scared to make those sales. Even if you want to go ahead and have a full-blown call center, it's good because while you're getting the clients, while you're trying to make sales to the clients, to bring the clients in so then your agents can go ahead and take the calls, you have a Rise to rely on that your agents can go ahead and take calls until you get your own contracts. So then you're able to go ahead and make a profit, and your agents are go ahead and they're able to pay their bills. So that's why it's good too. And if you just want to move to that process, if I haven't said that already, if you want to go ahead and move to a call center, but you want to make sure that you know how to hire people, how to bring them in, how to make sure that their stats are good, to look at what average handle time is, to work on your payroll issues, anything of those, it's still a good company to step up to, so then you can eventually go into a call center or even go into any business, because these are still skills that you need to know before you go into another business. I think I did not forget anything in this, but if I did, leave a comment. If you have any questions, leave a comment. We will be happy to go ahead and then answer it for you. I am going to have a link at the bottom in the information. If you have any questions, ask them, but I'm going to have a link in there for a class that we have that is 3 days long on how to start an Arise IBO to go ahead and do your own business. So we've helped people start their own partnership with Arise, and we've actually helped some businesses that are already partnered with Arise grow because they were at a standstill. They been an IBO with Arise for a couple of years, and they're still working on the phones themselves. And I haven't been working on the phones since 6 months after I partnered with Arise, because I had a game plan ready. I knew how to bring them in. I knew how to talk to them about the pay issues, about paying for a course, and then making sure that I'm always giving white glove treatment. So we give a special kind of treatment to our agents that we can charge a little bit more for our services, because we make sure that we're there for every single agent. So please like the video if you did like it. If you don't like it, dislike it, but at least put in a comment of why you don't like it, so that I know what I can improve to go ahead and then tell you guys more. And one of them might be that I talk fast. I am a New Yorker at heart, and we just speak fast. And I'm trying to make the video less than 20 minutes, and I am at 18 minutes and 25 seconds right now. So I just want to make sure that I keep it pretty short. But I'm going to go ahead and then have some other videos about CRMs, about hosting, about applicant tracking systems, about which ones you should use, about the full-blown call center, and what processes that it takes for that, about having your own medical billing and coding company, about having a medical transcriptionist company, about having an answering service, and then the employment agency. We're probably going to tell something about, because of COVID, I'm not sure if I'm going to bring that back until we get a little bit more of a handle on COVID situation. But we're going to go ahead. I'm going to talk to you about passion projects, about turning your passion into a business. And then I have another video about overcoming your fear. And a lot of us have fears of so many things. We have fear of failure, fear of success. Like, what if we're successful? What are people going to say? Fear of what other people are going to think. So I'm going to have a series on fear. The last time I had a series on fear, about 2 years ago, we helped a lot of people, and a lot of people get out of their shell, start their businesses, or able to grow their businesses because they were able to overcome that. All right, so I am 10 seconds away from 20 minutes. You guys go have a great day and hope to see you on the next video. Bye.